Okay students, so now we will do this numerical. When a laser has 2 volt applied to it, it draws a current of 10 milliampere and produces 2 milliwatt of optical power. What is the efficiency of laser? So suppose we have this device as laser. So it is just for getting idea. Suppose this is laser and obviously it will produce light. So light is the output of laser, but it also consumes power and it consumes some electrical power in the form of battery or any other electrical source. So this battery, let me show this battery by block instead of using its symbol. So this battery gives power. So current enters in one side and comes out in. So this is output. Sorry, input. This is input of the laser. So please see that input of the laser is electrical power and output of the laser is optical power. So let us say the output power is PO and input power is PI. So you can very easily see, since it is electrical power, so it is will be the equal to the product of voltage and current. So let me find input power, which is equal to, it will be V into I. Voltage is actually 2 volt and current is actually 10 milliampere. That will become 20 milliwatt. This is the input power, and output power, it is given to us already, it is 2 milliwatt. This is given to us. So what is the expression for efficiency? Eta efficiency. So I guess you know this expression. It is the ratio of output power to input power. This is the fractional efficiency. If you multiply it by 100, it will become percentage efficiency. That will be equal to 2 milliwatt upon 20 milliwatt into 100. That will become 10%. So this is the expression for efficiency of the laser. This is the value of efficiency of the given laser. I hope you will be able to understand this numerical now. Is it okay for you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, thank you. Now we will do next numerical. Yes, students, this is the second numerical for today's lecture. So, for a semiconductor laser, compute the fraction of injected charges which will produce photons. If 2 milliwatt of optical power is radiated with a drive current of 200 milliampere at 1.3 micrometer. So let me draw some indicative diagram so that we can understand this numerical in a better way. Then we will solve it. So now I have drawn the diagram. You can see it is a laser. It given to us is that there is a semiconductor laser, and this semiconductor laser is giving us 2 milliwatt of power in the output. Okay, so the output power P0 is 2 milliwatt. This is given to us. Given. Then next given to us is that the drive current is 200 milliampere. Sorry, I have to stop. So this drive current is 200 milliampere. The meaning of is this, that the battery is giving a current of 200 milliampere to the laser. Is it okay? And this current is the input current of the laser, and by using this current, since it is a semiconductor laser, please remember that in case of semiconductor laser we have direct pumping. So direct pumping means the electrons which are entering in the laser, these are taking part in the laser action. Not all the electrons, but some of the electrons. In fact, this is the question. Okay, how this is the question, that how many electrons which are entering in the laser can take part in the laser action. So to do and 1.3 micrometer, 1.3 micrometer is actually the wavelength of the laser light. It is 1.3 micrometer, so which can be written as 1.3 into 10 raised to power minus 6 meter. So please remember that when an electron, suppose this is the, let us say, energy level diagram. This electron is gone to excited state by absorption, and when this electron will come down, it will emit a photon. Now this photon could be non-radiative, this photon could be spontaneous, this photon could be stimulated, or this could photon could go to also for exchange energy. So but out of all these phenomena, there are other also, this is also internal conversion, which is called, this is another phenomena. So this photon, whenever it is emitted in the form of stimulated, we will call it to be a laser action. For all others, if any photon which is not in the laser action, will be counted as a wastage. So all other processes are wastage of energy. Only stimulated emission, because this gives laser action, it is counted. So what you can learn from this explanation that I have given to you is that one electron can give one photon if it gives laser action, or it can give zero photon if it is used in internal conversion or exchange energy or non-radiative or spontaneous emission, because in that case it will not give any laser or stimulated emission. So it means you can very easily understand that the number of electrons can be greater than or equal to electrons input to the laser will always be greater than or equal to number of photons emitted. I guess you can very easily understand this now, because one electron can emit at the most one photon and at least zero photon. So therefore number of electrons entering in the laser and number of photons coming out of the laser in a given time will not be same. Rather, the number of photons will always be smaller than that of number of electrons. This is our task. Suppose, let us suppose that let operating time is t. So suppose let operating time is t, and let electrons injected in this time, electrons injected in this time are capital N. Let us say photons emitted in the same time from the output, photons emitted in the same time at the output are, let us say, small n, and fraction of electrons taking part in laser action is very easy to write now. It, let us say this is small f, it will be small n upon capital N. So this is the objective for today's this numerical, and we are to find this ratio small n upon capital N. Let me add new page. So for your convenience, I have exported this diagram to the new page. Now you see that I have I here. So charge on one electron is given by charge on one electron. Charge on one electron is E. So therefore current Q, that is equal to charge divided by time. How much charge would have been passed? Since n electrons have passed, so therefore total charge entering in the laser in time t will be Ne. So it will be Ne upon t. So therefore I can very easily write I into t upon E is equal to capital N, or otherwise I will change left hand right hand side. N will be equal to IT upon E. So this is my equation number 2. So I have found one value of capital N. Let us now find small value, small n value. So we know that the energy of one photon is given by very famous expression. One photon energy is given by Planck's formula E is equal to h nu, which could be further written as hc by lambda. But total number of photons emitted from the laser in time t, we have assumed it to be small n. So therefore total output energy will be given by E0. It will be energy of one photon multiplied by small n. So that will be equal to nhc by lambda. And you know that power, it is given by rate of emission of energy. So output power will be E0 upon T. So it will be nhc upon T and lambda. If I cross multiply, I will get small n equal to P T lambda upon HC. This will be my equation number 3. So I guess you can understand up to this point. Now we have found the value of small n and capital N. Let us now find the value of fraction of injected charges, which will be giving us laser light. So that fraction is actually small n upon capital N. So if I put the values of small n and capital N, this will become P T lambda upon HC, and capital N will be put from equation number 2. It will be E upon IT. I hope you would understand that this T and this T will get cancelled. So our F value will become P and lambda and E. It was instead P0. Let me correct it. It was P0. P0 lambda and E upon HCI. So let us now put the values of F, values of P0. The value of P0 was 2 milliwatt. So it was 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3 watt. Multiplied by lambda, it was 1.3 into 10 raised to power minus 6 meter. Then there is E, it was 1.6 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb, and it will be divided by H, which is 6.63 into 10 raised to power minus 34 joule into seconds, multiplied by speed of light in vacuum 3 into 10 raised to power 8 meter per second into current. That current was 200 milliampere. It will be 200 into 10 raised to power minus 3 ampere. Okay students, we will get this answer. The fraction will be 0.0104. If you want to understand it in a better way, you should write it like this: 104 upon 10,000. I guess there is no problem in it. So but it helps us to understand or learn in a better way. What is in the bottom? It is actually electrons. And what is in the numerator? Because it was, if you remember that it was small n upon capital N. It is this ratio. And what is in the numerator? It is actually photons. So you can see from this example that if 10,000 electrons are entering in the laser, out of these 10,000 electrons, only 104 electrons are taking part in a laser action, and all other remaining electrons are being wasted in many other unwanted processes taking place simultaneously in laser. I hope you will enjoy this numerical and you will learn a lot from this numerical.